Hello, welcome. We are back here with our Yoga Fit. We're going into, I think it's our third, might even be the fourth lockdown stay-at-home order here in Canada. So I think this is going to be much needed today. So we're going to start just kneeling down on our mat, making sure that we're pressing just into the tops of the feet, even in the toes, and try not to let your feet or your legs roll outwards. Try to keep them nice and centered on the mat. Take a deep breath in, pull the shoulders or shrug the shoulders all the way up to the ears. Exhale as you slide your shoulder blades down and back, your palms face forward. Tuck the pelvis so that the tailbone points to the ground. Take a deep breath in, inhaling all the way up. Exhale, hands down in front. Bringing those arms back to the side. Deep inhale, lengthen through the whole side of the body. And as you breathe out, take your left hand down to the ground, as reaching far as possible. Reach over with that right. Lengthening. Try to anchor down through that right buttock. And you really feel that length coming all the way through the side body, looking up underneath the arm towards the ceiling, as long as that doesn't cause stress in the neck. Inhale up. And again, come back through the center. Deep breath in, lengthen here. Exhale, float that right hand down, reach it out, lengthen over, reaching with those left fingers, keeping the buttock grounded on that left heel. Looking up underneath the arm. Nice deep inhale here. As you breathe out, come up to center, arms alongside the body. Remember to keep that pelvis nice and tucked. Inhale up one more time, and as you breathe out, we're going to bring those arms down in front. Come to all fours. Spread the hands nice and wide, and knees are hip width apart. Just rock from side to side, drawing the navel up towards the spine. Come into a centered position, feet relaxed and flat on the floor. Go ahead and bring your fingers to face each other and start again to rock from side to side in this position. You're trying to control that rock so that the heel of the hand stays grounded, and you're trying to keep the elbows as straight as you can. And then we're going to just start to transition the hands around the other way. Continue to rock through the top of the body. Feel that stretch through the inside of the wrist, up through the inside of the forearm. And bringing fingers to face the knees. Your palm is facing up towards you this time. You're going to press into the tops of the hands. You can stay static here, or you can move side to side, backwards and forwards. Whatever feels good, whatever increases that stretch. Take a nice deep breath in. Bring the hands back into their regular position. Flip the toes this time. And sitting those hips back onto the heels, you're going to press into the toes so the whole sole of the foot is stretched out. The toes are stretched out. Get nice and centered and try to have your heels facing straight behind you rather than out to the side. Deep breath in, lengthening through the side body. Exhale, right hand down, left hand back. Twist in the spine, lift that sternum. Inhale up, other way. Exhale, left hand forward, right hand back. Lifting through the sternum. Inhale up. And again, twist it out. Try to keep that weight in the heels. Keep your buttocks resting down. We're trying to ignore your feet screaming at you, and we're going to focus on these twists. We're going one more each way. I may have already said that, but you know me. I like to tell fibs. Left hand forward, right hand back. Inhale up. Exhale, float the hands in front. Now releasing those toes from that stretch position. Give them a little tap down on the ground, and then again flip the toes. Push those hips up and back into your first down dog. Go ahead, just pedal the legs, walk around, step the hands, release any tension here. Letting that head just hang, nodding it up and down, letting go of those muscles. Keeping the knees soft and bent if you feel you're very, very tight in the hamstrings. Or you can try to start to press those heels down as you push the tailbone up towards the ceiling, lengthening through the back of the legs as well as the back of the body. Sinking the chest in towards the thighs. Staying here for 3 more breaths, feeling the body just open up. If you feel any areas of tension building, feel free to pedal out, shake it out, whatever you need to do. We're just warming up here. Deep inhale, bring that right leg up, point the toes to the sky. Go ahead, circle that ankle as big and wide as you can. And then circle back the other way. Exhale, pull this right knee into your chest, move your body forward in that plank. Change the direction of the toes and step that foot through. Ground the back foot at knee, flip the back foot, come on up, reach it tall. If you need to widen your stance to feel more stable, go ahead and heel toe your right foot out a little bit. Pull the shoulders down. Tuck your tailbone under towards the floor. Feeling that length coming through the front of the hip flexor, through the quad. Squeeze your glutes, your left glutes as hard as you can, really to thrust this hip forward and stretch all the way down into these hip flexors. Exhale, bring this left hand down in front of you. Land it, line your fingers and your toes up. Open your right arm to the sky. Really twisting it out. The more you can get your chest to face up, the bigger that twist in the spine is going to feel. Exhale, right hand inside the right foot. We're going to open this the other way. Just stretching here in through these muscles in the hip, right inside the hip there. So they're really tight and strong. So we're just going to ease this chest up towards the ceiling as much as we can comfortably. Exhale, bring your hands down and step this leg back into a plank position. Holding this plank, we're going to raise the right leg, point the toes. 3-legged plank. Rolling over onto your left edge of your left foot, you're going to bring this into a left side plank. Point the toes. Exhale, take this back to plank, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Pull back here to plank, chaturanga. Lift up through those hips, down dog, well done. Pedal out, shake it out. Nice and long and slow in your movements. Try to make them flow. Deep breath in, left leg up, point the toes. Go ahead, big circles in the ankle, and you can change direction. Exhale, this left knee pulls all the way into the chest, and you're going to change direction of the feet before you step through. Ground the back knee, flip the back foot, heel toe that left foot out if you need to, up to crescent. Remember that pelvis, it's your bucket of water, you don't want to spill any. Tailbone points to the ground. Exhale, right hand comes down, left hand reaches up. Opening that chest out. Stacking the shoulders. Inhale, exhale, come back down with that left hand inside the left foot and open the right arm the other way to stretch out those short but strong muscles right inside the hip there. Opening that chest out as much as you can to get as deep a stretch as you can through the hip. Exhale, bring your hands down, flip your back toes, come back to a plank and lift that left leg into a three-legged plank, pointing the toes. Rolling onto that right foot, open up, right side plank. You can lift, I think we lifted the leg, I'm not sure if we did or not, sorry. If you remember, do the same. All right, exhale, over to plank, chaturanga here, elbows tucked in, inhale, up dog. Pull it back. Chaturanga again if you wish, meet me in down dog if you don't want to do that second one, that's totally fine. Pedal out. Shake out, sink the heart, let go of the head, let go of the neck muscles. Inhale here, nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, slowly bend the knees, start to move the body forward and then pull back up on your inhale onto the tiptoes, then press back into the heels. Again, as you slowly exhale that deep breath, then take another inhale here, sink it back into the heels, nice and slow. One more. Bend the knees, exhaling that breath, inhaling it back. Sink into the heels, let that head hang, adjust any bits of tension that you have, pedal them out or shake them out. Take that right leg up. Exhale, right knee into the chest, change the angle of the toes, step it through. Grounding through that back heel, line the heel and the arch up. Windmill, left arm up and over, warrior two. Sink into this pose, nice weight through the heel, opening out the hips so that they're facing sideways and you can sink nice and low. Reaching away from you either side. Sinking as low as you can. Go ahead, straighten that front leg, exhale, reach forward, land the hand to the lower leg and open that left arm up. Into your triangle pose, stacking your shoulders. Try not to lean and lump all your body weight into your leg and your hand. You're just letting that hand rest and help you balance. The more you can tuck your bottom in and open the chest out, the deeper you're going to get into those hips. Slowly bend the front leg, come on up. And then straighten the front leg out. Reaching back behind you this time. We're going to land this hand either on the calf or on the hamstrings. Try not to press into your knee joint. Reaching back and over, keeping the shoulder away from the ear. Both legs are straight here. You can feel this deep fascia stretching all the way through the front side, waist and hip. Inhale, sink into that warrior two, bending that front leg as low as you can. And windmill the hands, rotate the back foot, and keeping this foot forward, we're just going to heel toe and angle it out at a 45 degrees. So your heel faces in and your toes are facing out here. keeping off of the back knee, we're going to open up, reach. Now, if you prefer to land and rest in that back knee while you do this, you can, if this is too uncomfortable and too hard to balance. Exhale, taking this hand down, we're going to rotate the back foot, keeping this front foot at that angle here, so you've still got that 45-degree angle, and you're opening up. Nice and deep in the hips, dropping low. Exhale, hands down. We're going to come back. Take this right leg back into a three-legged plank. Point the toes. Go ahead, take this right leg over the left and reach up. Stack your shoulders, lift your hips. The right foot is grounded, you're resting on the edge of your left foot. Come back over to that three-legged plank, pointing the toes of the right foot. Exhale, right knee to right elbow for 1, point away. 2, 3, 4, and last one, 5. Hold that three-legged plank. And now take this right leg through to the chest, change the angle of the foot and step through the hands. We're going to come all the way up to a stand, so take this left leg forward. Hip width apart, so feet are facing the ends of the mat. Your feet are just hip width or 2 fist widths, which is not as wide as you think. So just put your fists there and check that you're right. Roll your weight evenly through the big toe and the pinky, and go ahead, hug the chest into the knees. Keep the knees bent about 30 degrees. If you are really, really tight in your hamstrings, you may have to have your legs even more bent. So you're going to bend them as little as possible, but I want you to get your chest right on your thighs. So letting that head hang. Go ahead, bending the elbows, hugging the opposite elbow in each hand. You can just hang out here. You can rock from side to side. Letting go of your shoulders, letting go of your head and neck. Releasing the hands back onto the mat or the blocks. We're going to slowly start to straighten the legs. Now, if you feel your hamstrings are too tight to come to a fully straight position, keep your knees softly bent. You're just trying to work in increments here. You're trying to get your chest as close to the thighs as possible, so you can use your arms as levers and pull them in to the back of the legs to help pull your chest in closer. Let your head hang. Inhale, come to a flat back, hands to the shins or the blocks or the thighs, wherever you're comfortable. Press your heart down, pull your shoulder blades back in towards each other, looking just ahead of you. Exhale, bend the knees, palm the hands. You're going to step back to a plank. Hold the plank. And chaturanga down. Nice control. Elbows tucked in. Inhale, upward facing dog. Pull it back here to plank. Again, if you want to throw in that second chaturanga or meet me straight back in down dog is your choice. Pedal out. Sink the chest. Just hanging out here for 2-3 breaths. Take another deep inhale here. As you breathe out, move forward to plank. Bring this left leg off the ground, point the toes. Pull it all the way back to a three-legged dog, pointing the toes. Exhale, left knee into the chest, Change the angle of the foot, step it through. Spin that back foot down, line your front heel up with the arch of the back, and inhale, come up. Warrior two, sink. So take a deep breath in and straighten up in that front leg. Exhale, reach forward. Land the hand to the lowest part of the leg that feels natural and open the right arm to the ceiling. Stacking your shoulders, opening your heart out towards the ceiling, really feeling that stretch deep through the inner thigh. Take another deep breath in here, sink into that front leg, come back to warrior two, and then straighten the front leg again. Exhale, hand lands on the thigh or the calf, just not the joint, and reach back behind you. Feel this length through this front sideways fascia, really deep in that stretch as you reach back and pull the shoulder down. Both legs are nice and straight. Inhale, come up, sink into your front leg, windmill the hands, spin the back foot. You're going to heel toe the left foot out, 45-degree angle here. And sinking back into those back toes. Now, ideally you want to stay off the knee, but if you'd rather ground the knee and it feels more stable to you, then go ahead. Keeping this foot nice and angled, open up. Sink in the hips. Really feel that stretch in the hip flexors, in the quads. Exhale. We're going to bring this hand down inside the left foot, keeping that foot at an angle. Rotate the back foot. Open up. Twist it out as far as you can. Sink as low as you can. Try to breathe into it, so as you exhale, you sink and let go. Exhale, hands down. We're going to take this leg back into a three-legged plank, point the toes, and take this leg over the right, open up. So you're resting on the back foot and the edge of the right foot. Come back into your three-legged plank, pointing your toes. You're going to pull this left knee to the left elbow. 5 and 4, 3 and 2 and 1. Come on down to your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Plank. Again, chaturanga if you wish, and then pull it back down dog. Go ahead, pedal out. Sink the heart. Let that head dangle. Encourage the heels into the ground. Letting go of your neck by nodding up and down. Bending the knees, lifting the chin as you breathe out, moving that body forward into that plank, and inhale up onto the toes, back into the heels. Exhale, moving forward. Inhaling all the way back. As soon as you hit the top of that inhale, you're moving into that exhale phase. Move it forward. Inhale. Again, trying to move with the breath here. Lift the hips up onto the toes first, and then down into the heels. One more. Exhale, bending the knees. Inhale, pull it back. And sink into your heels. Adjust your feet and hands if you feel you need to. Exhale, lower down to your child's pose. Toes touch. Knees slightly wider than the torso and sink the head down into the floor. The arms are not active. You're letting the elbows rest in the ground. Slowly start to activate the arms by pushing up into the fingertips, lifting the forearms, and just walking your hands over to the right. Grasp your left hand over your right wrist. Push your left buttock down into your heel as much as you can. The intention needs to be there. It doesn't matter if it is or not. That intention needs to be there to lengthen through the side body. Exhale all the way around now to the other side. Reaching forward. Take that right hand over the left wrist and push your right hip into your right heel. Come back into center. Reach forward. Push the elbows down into the ground. Make sure they're only shoulder width apart and come on up onto all fours. Knees under the hips. Spread the hands nice and wide. Get those elbows a little bit narrower. Imagine you're gripping on to a block between them. Take a deep breath in, flip into the toes. Keep your gaze between your hands or at your thumbs, so you're lifting your chin. You're not tucking the chin. Staying nice and static here. You're going to walk in as much as you can. Hold it here. Keep breathing. And come back out. And again, walk it in. Keep those elbows narrow. Keep your chin up. And walk it out. And one more time, keeping that chin up. Walking in. Walk it out. We're going to drop this left knee onto the ground. Reach that right leg out behind us and reach the right arm up. Lift the right leg. Bend the right leg and reach back. Grab a hold of your right ankle. Go ahead, tuck your pelvis and squeeze your glutes as you really push this ankle out into your right hand. Balancing all the while through this left elbow as best you can. Try to stay centered. Keep pushing the ankle into the hand. Keep squeezing the right glutes. Inhale, come up and back over. Onto that elbow. We're going to just take a brief breather here, lift out of that left arm, and then we're going to push back up into that dolphin position. Walk the feet back in, keep your chin up. Walk them out. And again, walk them in, chin up, looking at your hands or your thumbs. Walking back out. Keep those elbows nice and narrow. If they're slipping, readjust them. One more time, walk it in. That left arm is screaming at you, no doubt. Come on back. We're going to bring the right knee down, the left arm, left leg up. Stay centered on your right elbow. We're going to bend that back leg, grasp hold of the ankle, and squeeze the glutes, tuck the pelvis, and push that ankle into the left hand. Keep balancing here, keep breathing. Pushing that ankle and squeezing the glutes as hard as you can. Releasing that foot, come on over to your dolphin. And sink back into your child's pose. Well done. From here, reach the arms forward as much as you can and bring your knees back underneath your hips. Bring that chest or the forehead down onto the ground into your puppy pose. Feel those chest muscles opening out. Feel the upper back relaxing back into its correct position. The scapula's pulling back. Slowly moving forward down into a cobra. Elbows stay under the under the shoulders. I forgot what they were called then. So elbows under the shoulders, hands facing forward. Root the hips, root the pelvis. Imagine you're pulling your chest forward. So pull back with those arms. Lifting the head, lifting the chin. Keeping that jaw closed tight. Keeping that nice reach in the chin, bring your chin over to the left side. Inhale back, pushing the chin forward and up. Exhale the chin over to the left side, to the right side even. Keeping the pelvis tucked, the hips grounded. Come back. And lower down. Bring those fingertips to point into the temples. Squeeze up, lift the rib cage, lower. Squeeze up and lower. Up. Now we're trying to keep the hips grounded. Squeezing through the back of the body, all the way through those muscles alongside your spine, through your glutes, even through your hamstrings. You're keeping everything grounded apart from the ribs when you get to the top. 2 more here. And we're going to hold this last one high as you can. Twist the left hand to the corner of the left side of the mat, and then elbow, and then the right elbow. Left and right. Left and right. Stay nice and high, or as high as you can. Keep your feet on the ground. Stabilizing through those back muscles. We got 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on, back down, hands under the shoulders. Push to all fours. Push back onto your knees, onto your heels. Stretching out through the lower back. Coming up again onto all fours and then into a plank. Draw your belly up and under. Take your right leg up into the air and drop it over your left leg. So you've got that crisscross plank position. Now lower the hips. Draw the navel to the spine. Center the body weight evenly through the hands, through the abdominal muscles. You're not leaning left here, even though most of your lower body weight is on the left. Lower the knees down, so this back knee is sitting in the crook of that left knee, and you're going to try to reach this left arm forward, staying somewhat centered if you can. You feel immediately all those little tiny nerve endings and little tiny muscles trying to hold you steady here, keep you centered. Trying to keep these right toes grounded as well as the left. And come back down. Take it up. We're going to swap sides. Left leg up. Point the toes. 3-legged plank. We're going to take this left leg over the right. Ground the toes into your plank position. Hold. Engaging the core, making sure your body weight's even through the left side as well as the right. Now go ahead, drop the knee, let the crook of that knee hold on to the left knee, and slowly take this forward. You may find you're better on one side than the other, so just take it slow. Engaging those abs, engaging all those little tiny muscles to keep you centered and balanced. Come back down with that hand, back into plank. Chaturanga here. Inhale, up dog. Back to plank. Chaturanga and down dog. Go ahead, pedal. Get comfortable here. Sink the chest. Nodding the head, releasing the neck muscles. Take your left leg through or knee through the hands into a pigeon pose and bring this left foot as parallel with the end of your mat as you can. You're going to take that leg up and then roll back into that centered position. Push into the fingertips. Lift the chest. Feel those hips sinking, opening out. Now imagine you're scissoring your hips. You're pulling that right hip forward. You're pulling the left hip back in that scissor motion. Taking the arms up into the air if you feel confident enough to do so. Reaching up, scissoring. Exhale, lower down, and you're going to come all the way round with this right leg out in front. Bringing the left sole of the foot in middle of inside of the right. I don't know why I can't speak today, but apparently I can't. Okay, sitting up nice and tall. Take this left hand behind you as a kickstand or a stabilizer. Reach the right arm up and you're going to push up onto that left knee and stretch out through the right side of your body. Point and ground the right toes. Come on back down. Taking this over now to some ab work. We are going to come back and do the other side, don't worry. Feet facing out in front of you, knees touching, toes touching, palms face up. Sit up tall. As you lower, come down with those arms or thumbs coming back behind you. Come back up with the fingers reaching. So do that again. Lower, thumbs facing back behind you, pointing to the back of the room, and then come back up. So when you get to the bottom, try not to land. Try to just hold it as low as you can, then you pull it back up. We're going to do 3 more. And 2 more. Pulling it back. 1 last time. Pull it back up. All right, coming into a cross-legged position. Take your hands in front. Come on back to all fours. Spread the hands wide. Flip your toes up into your down dog. Sink the chest. Let your head hang. Try to stretch out this dog a little bit by edging your hands forward a bit further than you normally would. Really sink the chest and feel that stretch deeper through the upper pecs, in through the arm area, the armpit. Encouraging those heels down as you imagine you're pushing your tailbone up. Lots of length coming through the back of the body. Exhale, right knee comes through the hands, landing in your pigeon as best you can. that back leg is straight behind you. And now we're going to take this right leg, bring it as parallel with the edge of the mat as you can comfortably. Really try to push those fingertips into the mat either side. Push up, lift the sternum. Sink the hips, let go in that pelvis. Starting to scissor the hips and become more active in that area now. We're scissoring, we're actively pulling that right hip back, that left hip forward. If you can, take those arms up to reach. Keep breathing smoothly here. Exhale, hands come down, sink in a little bit deeper. Taking this left leg out in front, you're going to bring the sole of the right foot inside the thigh of the left leg. Right hand comes back to support you. Reach that left arm up and come on up into a nice left side body stretch. Reach it as much as you can. Really exaggerate it. Pointing the toes and grounding the whole foot. She's terrorizing the neighborhood, I see. Again. All right, exhale, come on down. And we're going to bring those legs out in front. So this time, we're doing the same thing. Toes touch, knees touch. Palms are facing down this time. You're reaching forward. And as you come back, try to bring your pinky up towards the ceiling. Okay, so we're going to come back. Go as far as you can with control and pull it back. Bringing, so the palms are facing away and out to the outer edges. And pull it back smooth. Watch your shoulders, make sure they don't start to hunch. And pull it back, reach. Keep this nice medial rotation here in the arms. You want to make sure the palms are facing out. Pull it back. And make sure you're bringing the arms up enough to challenge you. Pull it back smooth. 3 left. Pulling it up. One more time. Nice control. Keeping that twist in the arms. Pull it back. All right, go ahead, shake it out. Cross that feet under one another and exhale, hands in front. Come to all fours. Pushing and flipping those toes, pushing those hips up to down dog. Sink the chest. Let the head hang. Deep inhale, exhale, bend the knees. You're going to land halfway up the mat, whether a step or a jump is your choice. And keep those feet facing forward. Sink into your heels. Come on up and reach forward with the arms. Exhale, hands come down. Take that right leg back. Keep that bend in the left leg. Right leg points the toes. Now, if you want to, go ahead, take the arms out to balance. You're in the mid-range of your squat here, so you're halfway into that bent position. Come on, bring the hands down, bring the foot to face forward, sink down low. Weights in the heels, reach forward. Exhale, hands come down. You're going to take the left leg out behind you, point the toes. You're staying low in this base. And again, if you want, you can choose to balance a little bit harder without those arms. Keeping this contraction in the thighs, holding as steady as you can. Again, you can really feel those little muscles, learning what they need to do. Bring the hands back down, step that left foot in, feet face forward, reaching. One more time here on the left, right leg comes out, point the toes, stay low in this half squat position, reach those arms out. And exhale, hands down, foot comes down, left leg out, point the toes. Stay low, arms out. And exhale, hands down, come on down into that nice low squat again. Reach the arms forward. Come on all the way up to stand. Give those legs a wiggle. Hugging that right knee up into the chest. Nice and tall in the spine. Breathing smoothly and gently. Arms come out to reach. Stay lifted in this knee. It's easier said than done. Try not to lean back. Keep your head reaching up tall. Your spine is straight. If you find that you're leaning back, then come back to that nice tall position and hold this knee up with your lower abs and your hip flexor. Come on back now to warrior three, full with that straight leg standing. Reach that leg back behind you. Flexing the foot this time, so you're activating the back of the leg. Sorry, stretching through the back of the leg. Squeeze the glutes. Reaching the arms out. Again, we're staying static here. We're just focusing on those balance cues. Challenge yourself. Tip yourself forward a little bit lower. Try to bring that stretch a bit deeper through the standing leg. Come on back up. Hug the knee. Nice and tall in the spine. Relaxing those shoulders back and down. Letting go of the leg, but don't lean back here. Holding through those muscles in the lower belly. Staying nice and tall is key. If you find that you're leaning left, right, or back, then correct yourself as much as possible, holding that knee as high as you can in the correct posture. One more time here. Back you go. Flexing the foot this time in warrior three. And slowly coming back to stand. Well done, just pedal out, giving those ankles a little bit of movement. Go ahead, hug that left knee, nice and tall. Nice deep breath in, let go of the knee, arms come out to the side. Find that nice center line and then slowly move and transition into warrior three. Flexing the back foot, squeezing the glutes. Trying to stay nice and static here. Breathing, sinking. Inhale up, hug the knee, try not to ground the foot, and then nice and tall in the spine. As tall as you can be, let go, reaching out. Lift the knee nice and high. Slowly transition, warrior three. Flexing the foot, keeping the pelvis square here. Exhale, bring your hands down. Bring this left foot down to the mat and go ahead, bring your right foot to face the left edge as well. Hands come down in front. Go as wide as you feel comfortable going, but you want to be able to still feel stable in the legs. If I need you to take your hands off the ground, you still need to be able to support your body weight. Hands, edge of the mat, let the head hang. Keeping the knees bent to start, just letting everything go. Exhale, start to straightening the legs, pushing the body weight out into the lateral sides of your feet, but stay grounded on your whole foot. Pushing into the mat, at the edges of the mat, at the edge of the mat, push up to flat back. Lift the chest, looking just ahead of you on the ground. Bring this left hand and palm it down in the center line. Open the right arm up. Really feel that inner thigh start to open out. Slowly exhale, twist a little bit further. Exhale, hands down. Right hand comes center, left hand reaches. Opening the heart out to the sky. Deep breath in as you breathe out. Open it out just that few millimeters deeper, just to push that stretch right deep into the hip, into the adductors. Exhale, come on down. Then the knees. Pushing the hands underneath the knees. You're going to let those knees rest on the back of the elbows. Lift your gaze. And if you want, you can take your feet off of the ground for an arm balance here. If you prefer to keep your toes grounded, you can just stay in that nice wide stretch. 3 more breaths. Come back and land in a warrior 2 position. Windmill, left arm up and over. Reach it tall, straighten out in that front leg. Exhale, stretch out that left side body. Inhale up. Change the feet position so you're grounding the back foot, the front foot, twisting into that back foot. Straighten the legs. Go ahead, stretch it out. Come back up. Exhale, hands down to the heart. Well done, everybody. You did great. That was a great core workout. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you again in a couple of days. Bye.